All right. Good morning. So I had a lot of people asking me the last few days, last day and a half, for an update on my walk. So I will tell you this. Let me see if I can make this brighter in here. That's almost too bright, but I'm going to go live on it today. So I'm not going to share my details with you on this Zoom because I want to go live about it because it was a pretty incredible experience. I'm still a little sore. It was a lot of miles on my legs, but I'm going to share that experience live today. So if you want to catch that, I would love for you to tune in. I will tell you this. Ooh, there we go. That's much better. I learned a lot while I was out there because you only have silence, right, in your own brain to just keep feeling those thoughts. And I did some thinking about just network marketing in general. And it's something that has actually been on my mind for a while. And I just wasn't really sure how to put it into words without it coming across the wrong way. And so I thought a lot about it while I was out there in silence. And so over the last, I don't know, 6 months, I've been telling Sydney, on and off, I'm like, I'm just tired of social media. I'm just tired of it. Like, it's feeling like one of those things sometimes when I think about, I related it back to Sydney with her previous job that she had before starting in network marketing with me. She worked as a Dollar Tree store manager. And I said, it's like this. You loved your job. You loved the people you worked with. You loved your boss. You liked the team camaraderie. You liked being there all the time. But you hated stocking shelves. Like literally when you get up in the morning and think about going to work and you had to stock those shelves, you wanted to like claw your own eyeballs out. I go, that's what social media is getting like for me. And she's like, wow, okay, yeah, then that's an issue. And so I really started kind of peeling that onion layer back to see like, what is it about it that's bothering me? And, how can I fix that? Because obviously social media is a very large part of network marketing now. So let me reverse this a little bit. I started in network marketing about 10 years ago. Was social media a thing? Yeah, Facebook was around. I don't really know about Instagram because I have no idea. There wasn't really many tools on social media like there is now, right? And network marketing was really known as a belly to belly type business. 10 years ago, when I started, I was with my previous company, also health and wellness. And we worked with a lot of doctors' offices doing what we did. We had this scanner and we could take it into practices and sell the scanner, release the scanner to them. It tested for different vitamin levels in your body. And then you could basically prescribe vitamins based on that. Anyways, I think about what we have to do now for network marketing and what I had to do then. And walking into a doctor's office and trying to get an appointment was a heck of a lot harder. And then after I got the appointment, I had to go in and present to a doctor who is always going to know more than me when it comes to nutrition, or at least they think they do. I say that loosely too. They're always going to know more than me. So presenting, an alternative for their office and their patients, man, way harder than doing a Facebook Live, right? Like way harder than describing what I've been describing for the last 7 years. So also, when we wanted to bring a new distributor on, we weren't canvassing social media. We were like literally tap rooting and finding new people and then meeting them at a Panera or a Starbucks to present the business, getting on the phone, doing a 3-way call with our upline. And when I was in that business prior to coming on board with my second company, it was just a lot harder. Like it was a lot harder and it was all in person. And that company didn't even really allow us to put anything on social media. So the one thing I liked about the second company I was jumping into was that everyone was doing a lot on social media with it. And I thought, wow, what a great alternative. However, social media over the last 7 years has now taken over as the biggest recruiting tool for network marketers. And network marketers either forgot or never learned how to, in the first place, do original network marketing. They post and pray, they use the tools, they don't go out and, knock on doors and do in-person meetings. We sit behind this phone and this computer screen and do network marketing in the social media realm. And then when that dries up and we get frustrated, we just post and pray and hope that someone comes to us. And there's this new thing called attraction marketing, which I do believe there is value in 100%. If I get, a few minutes, I'll also talk about that. But we've gotten into, or we've forgotten or never learned how to do original network marketing, which I believe gives you the base on how to build this in the first place. And then you can use social media as a tool. But over time, over the last, I will say 7 years, because I feel like it has majorly shifted in the last 7 years. That company that I originally left to come to my second company, they obviously in the like 3 following years decided to start letting their promoter, distributor, affiliate base start utilizing social media to broadcast their message, because they realized that that was the way that things were shifting. And I think that we've definitely brought on a lot more younger people into network marketing because of social media. I still will go back though and say people never learned the basics. They didn't learn how to go out and knock on doors, pound the pavement, and recruit in network marketing. And I know some people on social media will look at me and be like, well, why do you need to learn that if we have all the tools we have now on social media? Because it's like learning geometry and algebra without learning basic, multiplication and division and adding and subtracting. Are you going to just jump into geometry and algebra without learning how to add and multiply and divide and subtract? No, because you'll be missing parts of the puzzle. You'll be missing pieces. Sometimes I think so hard for me to toot my own horn. So I'm going to say this, and I want it to come across the right way. There's a lot of people that will come to me and say, but Jessica, I can't do what you do. I don't know how to present like you can present. I don't know how to talk to people like you talk. I don't know how to handle the objections like you handle them. I don't know how to close somebody like you close them, because people are relying too much on posting, praying, social media, going live, and not connecting the dots back to a close, because they never learned the basics, the basic skill set in the first place. So while network marketing and the vehicles have evolved over time, we have not gone back to teach our new people how to build an actual business. So we learn our lessons over time, the ups, the downs, the peaks, the valleys, the highs, the lows. And the one thing over the course of the last 10 years that I am absolutely certain of, as the people who have come and gone in our business are people and gone, are people who never learned how to do network marketing. They jumped in on a momentum curve. They thought it would be fun to promote a product that they liked, loved, or used. They thought making a little bit of extra money would be fun. They saw that like bonus the company was offering, or the car plan, or the vacations, and they thought that would be cool, but they never actually learned how to do network marketing. I really wish it was taught in college. I wish it was a whole, like, if not a degree, which I'll get out of soapbox here for just a second. Can you imagine if a university or a college taught a 4-year degree on network marketing, how many more millionaires we would be producing in this industry? We already produce the most amount of millionaires across any industry. Network marketing produces the most millionaires in any industry. Can you imagine if we taught a 4-year degree on how to be a network marketer, a professional network marketer? How many more millionaires would be created in this industry? How much more serious our business model would be taken? So when people jump into this, or people are in this and they start to get frustrated, I will say, go back and learn the basics. I always, like someone just said, hey, coach, I read X, Y, and Z book. What's the next one? I was like, assuming you've already read Go Pro by Eric Worre, 7 Steps to Becoming a Professional Network Marketer, here's the next list I will give you. I don't really want to teach anybody anything on social media, on bells and tools and whistles and processes and strategies and success until they've read the Bible of network marketing, which is Eric Worre's book, because it will teach you the basics so simplified in network marketing. And I read that book probably almost 10 years ago now. I have a copy of it that has sticky notes and highlights and torn pages, and I have it on like Audible. It's not actually on Audible. It's this how old it is on my phone. It's like in my cloud storage recording that I downloaded it because Audible wasn't even a thing. If it was, I didn't know about it. And I've listened to the book in my car. I actually have it on CD too. Okay. 10 years ago. A lot's changed in 10 years. And I've listened to and read that book so many times. I haven't read it lately and I need to get back to it. It is like, and every time I do, it does not get stale. It is not old. It is not out of date. It is exactly what you need as the building blocks and the building tools to actually build what a 4-year degreed network marketer would need. Unfortunately, now we have, well, fortunately, unfortunately, we have so many different companies and so many different options for people to become their own business builder, their own network marketer that owns their own business from home and is able to use social media as an advertising tool. It's great that we have all those options, but then people just jump from company to company because they're not getting what they want, because they never learned how to be a network marketer in the first place. They just learned social media and they thought that's all they needed. Am I right or am I right? I know I'm right. And so people quit on us. And we as leaders in network marketing need to teach the basics. If you don't know them or understand them, you need to learn them first. On my little journey of 23 miles walked, I was trying to go through a list in my head of things that I am currently frustrated about in my life. Some people might be like, why would you do that to yourself? Because there's some things that are stopping me right now and keeping me in a stuck zone. And the only way to get past those is to meet them head on, right? And when you got 12 hours to meet your own brain and talk to it without any distraction, you can get through some of those things with full thoughts, right? So I was thinking about the things that were frustrating me. And one of them is social media, the story I just told you about Sydney. I am finding myself wanting to throw my phone because I can't stand it anymore. People are way too plugged in. People are not taking time to rest their brain from it. And we're posting and praying. And there's so much, is this the word, inauthentic shit on social media. And I am one of those people because I sit there in the morning and go, what am I going to post today? What am I going to post today that's going to attract somebody to me so I don't actually have to go knock on any doors or pick up the phone or message anybody? What am I going to post today that's going to make somebody want to do business with me? And I rack my brain and then I put down my phone because I'm like, ugh, none of that even sounds attractive to me. And I'm too transparent of a person. So I'm like, I'm not posting that. That sounds stupid. And then sometimes I post it and I look back at it later. I'm like, that was so stupid. And so I got into this like rhythm of, ew, I don't even like putting anything on there anymore because it seems so cheesy because all I'm trying to do is attract people to me so that I can grow my business. That is not what the Network Marketing Bible says to do at all. Not at all, but we're doing it. And some people get lucky and they have enough influence on social media that it creates some momentum on their team. But I will say for 99.9% of the people, that is not working. And you will find yourself, unless you just absolutely love going live and absolutely love posting in your stories every day. Jesse Lee Ward's a prime example. She has a lot to post about because she has a lot of money because she built a really phenomenal business. She loves social media. She'll go live 3 times a day and be in her stories and catalog her entire existence. She does not have children. She does not have a husband. So there's that. The thought of doing that makes me want to jab my eyeballs out. I was thinking about this yesterday as I knew I was going to present this material today. And I had Monday hiked 23 miles in 12 hours. Well, I would say in about 8 hours. I'll get into that on my live. You can come find out. I'll give you that journey. And then don't ever do this. This was not smart. I had committed to taking Sydney to the airport yesterday morning. And when I say morning, I say that loosely, in the middle of my night. So I got home exhausted, ate dinner, crashed out, couldn't sleep because I think my endorphins were just like at an all-time high. And I knew I had to, my alarm was going off at 3:45 a.m. So then yesterday turned out to be a little bit of a shit show around here. I had absolutely zero sleep. And I had Surf Pro in my house ripping apart my roof upstairs, or my ceiling upstairs in one of my bedrooms. I'm a cleaning lady here yesterday. I had a full house. And it was just chaotic here. And I was like, oh my God, I need time to just decompress from everything that I just did on Monday, all of the work in my head. And the thought of putting anything on social media yesterday, again, made me want to jab my eyeballs out. And so I was like, okay, did you learn anything on Monday, Jessica? We're shifting. We are shifting. So let me tell you, I'm going to tell you here, I'll probably say this on my live too. Of course, Jessica Green's brain out on her 12 hours by herself conjured up a different business plan, because while I started, when I went down this thought process, like I had this almost, my shower moments, I had one of those because, all right, I'm going to squirrel here for a second. Do you know why I call them shower moments? And you will hear other people, trainers, coaches, authors, whatever, talk about shower moments. And I didn't even know this was the thing. I thought it was just my thing. Sydney even got me a sign that's now on the wall next to my shower. Because you actually set your phone down to get in the shower and you shut your brain off. So ideas start pouring in. So why wouldn't that type of brain that ideas pour into when you silence everything else have 12 hours to itself to allow ideas to flow in? And at first I was like, Jessica, that is not the point of this walk. You are not supposed to be creating a new business plan. You are not. And so I stopped the thoughts like 5 times. And I was like, you know what? You got 12 hours. Let them flow, baby. Just let it go. Let them flow. So I started thinking about this whole attraction marketing thing and social media. So not my thing. But I was like, I've never allowed myself to shut off for long enough for me to figure out what value I actually bring other people that then in turn would want to join me or attract into my existence for my business. I have never, you may know that about me, why you like to follow, why you get on these Zooms, why you like to hear me. I don't know, because I never shut down long enough to figure out what my skill set is, hone in on it, then produce that for people so that more people are attracted to me. So what I came up with was a plan that I will be not until like January when I launch it. People who are on my teams in network marketing will have a little more access to this. But I started looking at some people, I'm not going to name the company, in a competing-ish company that have really latched onto this attraction marketing deal. And what they've done is the ones that are succeeding at it, the ones that are doing really well, they've got like money flowing in from them, just them as a persona and the things that they do, train or coach on. And they have big teams in network marketing because they've attracted a lot of people to what they do. And when I look at them, I'm like, I don't want to train people on social media. It's not my thing. I would be almost like, I don't even know what the word is for that. Very fake. If I tried to train people on social media, I tell you right now, I don't even use Instagram very rarely. I like my stories. I know how to do those well. I will go live. I've gotten much more comfortable with it. However, it's not like my thing. That's Sydney's thing. So teaching people how to really capitalize on their social media would be fake. And that's what a lot of them do because they're good at that, right? So I had to sit and break down, and I'm telling you guys this because I'm going to have you sit and do the same thing. I had to sit and break down what Jessica's really good at. And then when I started breaking that down in my head, I took this little notebook and had it in my pocket right here with a pen so that as I was walking, I could literally pull it out and write out ideas that were popping in my head about stuff. And I started to think about what Jessica's really good at. And could I create a business model where I could train and coach people on the things I'm really good at and attract people that way that would say, I want to be on her team, because if I'm on her team, she can really help me get really good at those things, hence then growing my business. That's what those people are doing in attraction marketing. They are not putting on their latest, designer clothing, throwing their designer bag over their shoulder, taking beautiful pictures, posting them on social media, and hoping that that's why you join them. Are there people out there like that? Yes. Does it work for some? Maybe, but I'll bet you that they already built some sort of following in a previous network marketing company that followed them along the way. And now they're like, I want what she has, so I'm just going to join her. Are they successful underneath her? I don't know. Her is just, I'm not talking about a specific person, just in general. The people I see be very successful at this are actually training and coaching people and helping them on something they are already good at. I want you guys to figure out what your specialty is. What are you already good at? I know Canva like the back of my hand. I know Trello like the back of my hand. I know how to batch content and plan it out like the back of my hand. I know how to build websites. I know how to transfer websites. I know how to create video. I know how to build teams. I know how to create events. Good Lord, I owned an event company. Number one, I've done it in network marketing. Number two, I've done it on a large scale and put big speakers in front of the room and on stages. I know technology. I know how to build business. I know how to get somebody starting from, I'm just a solopreneur, to incorporating you and getting you up. I know how to do a lot of things I am not helping people with. I need to go start helping people with the things that I'm really good at and attracting those people that want that type of help. Is this resonating? Is this making sense? I want you guys to figure out what you're really good at and start attracting through that format. I'm not saying to do what Jessica's doing in any way, shape, or form, but I am so what transpired out of my walk, and I know Erin's just been dying to hear more details. So I will go live and talk about this at length, just the walk itself. But the best thing that came out of that is I got my passion back for what I like and enjoy doing. Because for the last year or so, I have been trying to create an attraction to this business model, to me, to our teams, to what we do, inauthentically, not with stuff I'm good at. So I have so many people over the last few years who have asked me if I would personally train and coach them if they could pay me. And I've turned every single one of them down because most of them come from outside of my team. And then I look at my team and I'm like, y'all don't even know what you got. But I'm also not allowing you to tap into or giving you the tools of all the things that I am actually really good at. I'm just talking to you on Monday mornings, which I'm going to continue to do. But I'm going to tie in all of the things I'm really good at that I can help people with. This Zoom is not about me. I'm just giving you an example, right? So that you guys can go figure out what you are really good at. Maybe you need a 12-hour walk to figure that out. Because guess what? We don't shut our brains off enough. We do not shut our brains off and unplug enough. And it's almost cliche saying that, but it's not from me because I just went and did it. And I can tell you there is a large difference in turning your phone on silent for an hour or getting in the shower and spending 12 hours by yourself, completely alone with only your own brain. It's a big difference. And I am so excited coming out of that to go build now alongside with everything that I'm doing, because it partners up with it really well. What I'm going to be able to attract now into my existence, because I'm actually going to be speaking from my heart, what I love doing. I don't want to be, there's so many things I don't want to be that I've been trying to be just to fill a spot, to check a box on social media that I got it done. I did it inauthentically, but I did it. That isn't attracting anyone. But if I go start creating workshops and courses and things that, and I'm not saying that's what you need to do, this is just what works for me. But if I start going and creating those things that I'm super passionate about, that I know I can help people with, and those are available to people, I can start attracting people like I've seen other people do. So there is a shift in network marketing. We have to figure out what part we want to play in that. There are all kinds of bells and tools and whistles out there for us to participate in. But that's just participating in them. That's just checking boxes. And the one thing that I found is that all of those checking of boxes overwhelmed the crap out of me. I felt like I had to do it all. I felt like I still needed to be knocking on doors, picking up phones, calling doctors' offices, just a reference, right? Doing events, doing our opportunity Zooms, doing lives, getting in my stories every day, posting great graphics, posting nice selfies of me taking pictures of myself with this really cool language that would attract me. You know, I'm right. I'm watching Erin laugh because I'm right. And I overwhelmed myself to the point of burnout. And then it became inauthentic. No one's going to want to join that. They want to join a leader. You are not, if you ever decide to stop what you're doing and join a different company or go a different direction, you are not going to go join somebody who looks like they don't know what they're doing. You are going to go join a leader. You're going to go join someone who looks like they have tools in a toolbox that's going to help you get to the top 1% of that company. I know it. You would be silly to just go join your neighbor down the road at this point that sells Tupperware just because she's your neighbor. Gone are those days. We are too smart now to realize that leadership and a good person to follow does have massive value. That's why attraction marketing has become so big. It's attraction marketing for a reason. So when I look at those people who are actually successful at it, they've actually created their niche. They've created what they're good at. They are not inauthentic. They have found a way to teach people something, to gain that following, to help them become successful at the same business they are in, with tools that they're really good at, so the people want to join them. So I'm going to challenge you, because I got to hop off now. I have another meeting that's starting right now. I'm going to challenge you to spend some time over the next week, you guys, figuring out what it is that you were really good at. And I'm also going to challenge you, if a 12-hour walk is not your thing, don't go do it. But I'm going to challenge you to at least go shut off your brain for a couple of hours and turn that phone on airplane mode, so that your brain actually has time to stop and think. Kristen Scott, I'm not even sure she sleeps, but she needs to turn her brain off. I already know she needs to turn her brain off. She got like 17 kids at her house all the time and way too much going on for her brain to ever come up with its greatness. So one thing I am going to mindset wise really start teaching and training on is shutting off all your stuff, so that you can turn on your brain to think for itself. And I think we're going to open up some really crazy, incredible humans. Right? All right. I will see you guys here next week. I hope you enjoyed today. If you want to know a little bit more about my 12-hour walk, I'm not sure what time I'm going to go live today. Probably after noon at some point, because I think I'm backed up until then. And I'll share a little bit more about my experience. It was amazing. That's all I can say. It was amazing. Thank you guys who've checked in on me to see how it went. And I'll see you guys back here next week. I'll be on Monday. Sid and I just swapped because she's on vacay. So have a wonderful rest of your week.